controls every single appointment in the political government. That's for over 4,000 positions, people. Every cabinet secretary, every deputy secretary, every assistant secretary, every ambassador, every federal judge, every U.S. attorney, all of them have to be approved by the Presidential Personnel Office, which this fool has control over. 4,000 jobs that shapes America's policy, implements American law, and represents American interests around the world. Now you're sitting here, and now you're hearing this from me, independent media at Allison Knows. And while I'm at it, click the button, click the thumbs up button. I only have about 500 subscribers. I need to hit 1,000 subscribers so that I can monetize this, so that I can actually be a little bit more effective, so that I can actually reach more people. So please, like, subscribe, leave a comment in the bottom. Tell me if you know who Sergio Gor is. Tell me if you know who he is. I am going to peel back him, peel back a few others, and keep doing these videos until someone somewhere responds somehow, and not in the negative way that YouTube does, which is to suppress freedom of speech. That is our right until this fool blows up this country, and that's not going to happen, because as a veteran of the United States Army, I can tell you, me, my brothers, and those of us that are active, that are in the reserves, we are not going to let this bullshit sit. I promise you. I promise you. We give them enough rope to hang themselves. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to some information that's pertinent to you. Sergio Gor controls all of them. 4,000 job appointments. But here's where it gets really interesting. Sergio Gor isn't just filling these positions with qualified candidates who happen to support, Trump's policies. He's filling them based on one criteria. And this criteria only: absolute, unquestionable loyalty to Donald Trump personally. Have you ever donated money to a Democratic candidate? If you have, you're out. Have you ever tweeted something skeptical about Trump? If you have, you're out. Have you ever worked for a Republican who criticized Trump? If so, you're out. Sergio Gor has turned the Presidential Personnel Office into an ideological purity test, and he is the one administering that test. Let me give you a specific example of how this works. Jared Isaacman is an astronaut. He's also a successful businessman who has donated millions of dollars to space exploration and scientific research. When Trump was looking for someone to lead NASA, Isaacman seemed like the obvious choice. He had the technical expertise, the business experience, and a public profile to be an effective NSA administrator. But no, Jared had one problem. Once in his history, he donated money to Democratic candidates. Well, remember what I said before? Ooh, you're out. Not a lot of money, and not recently, but at some point in his past, Isaacman had written checks to Democrats, and that was enough for Sergio to block his appointment. Now, you might think that blocking a qualified candidate because of ancient political donations is petty, counterproductive, and guess what? As an adult, yep, you'll be right. But Sergio wasn't just being petty. He was sending a message. The message was, loyalty to Trump is more important than qualifications, more important than experience, and more important than competence. And that message was received loud and clear by Elon Musk. Why? Musk had been pushing for Isaacman's appointment. He thought Isaacman would be good for NSA, good for space exploration, good for American technological leadership. But when Sergio blocked the appointment, Musk realized something also. He might be the richest man in the world. He might have spent hundreds of millions of dollars, not even supporting Trump's campaign, but buying his presidency. He might have more followers on social media than most world leaders, but he didn't control Trump's administration. Sergio Gor did. And Musk did not like that. So he did what Elon Musk always does. When he doesn't like something, he tweets about it. This is a quote. Gor is a snake guilty of serious crimes, Musk wrote. It was a direct attack on one of Trump's most trusted advisors. From Trump, it was also from Trump's most important supporter. So, go figure. In any normal administration, a public feud between a major supporter and key advisor would be a crisis. The president would have to choose sides, mediate disputes, find a way to keep both parties happy. Nope. Sweet Potato Hitler could give a rat's ass. But Sergio didn't flinch. He didn't back down. He didn't try to make peace with Musk. Instead, he let Trump's team publicly humiliate Musk. He let them force Musk into what amounted to exile, cutting him out of key decisions, marginalizing his influence, making it clear that even the richest man in the world could not challenge Sergio Gor's authority. The lesson was clear. Never deal with a man who controls the president's hiring desk. But Sergio Gor's power doesn't stop at political appointments, because in June 2025, he achieved something that political operatives have been dreaming about for decades. He revived what's called the Schedule F. That's the British way. Schedule F is how Americans speak. Now, if you don't know what Schedule F is, let me explain. It is an executive order that converts thousands of federal civil servants into, guess what? Political appointees.